I was tagged 2 days ago, I believe, on Average Joe, the Beer PaTroll's latest vlog about top 5 beer styles and beers within that style. Now, he did a little twist on his, which was desert island beers, not dessert, desert, or deserted. So I thought I'd give a little twist myself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do his deserted island beers, but I'm also going to do my 5 favorite styles and favorite beers because, I mean, they're slightly different than what I would have on a deserted island. And you know what? Why not, right? So here we go. We're out and about. Nice chilly night. Um, so 5 styles I would take to a deserted island with me. Um, First, a radler. Why a radler? Low ABV, so it's not going to dehydrate you. And if you get a good radler, it is mixed properly with fruit juices, which means you are getting some vitamins in it as well. Now, what radlers would I bring with me? To be honest, my number one choice would be Flying Monkey's Orange Mungus. Flying Monkey's Orange Mungus was basically orange juice with beer in it. And I mean, when I say orange juice, I mean there was even pulp in it. The fact that they could pour it out of kegs was amazing to me. I would have to give an honorable mention in that category, though, to say Bud Light Radler. I don't want to admit that, but I like Bud Light Radler. I also like Stiegl Radler. Those two Radlers are Radlers I would normally have. If I take my anxiety pills, I can't drink them for 2 weeks after my last pill, or I could die. So that becomes a problem. Um, Other than Radlers, English Milds. I would bring an English Mild. Same reason. Low ABV, lots of flavor, and yeah, it just it gives you the best of both worlds because you're getting that low ABV, you're getting that flavor, and it's not going to dehydrate you. You're actually replenishing yourself to an extent. Um, what I would bring myself, there aren't all that many true milds out there. Railway City made a really nice one. Railway City made a honey mild about 7 years ago. They stopped making it though. But I mean, we're saying this as something I could bring to a deserted island with me. That's what I would bring. It was 3.2% alcohol, and yeah, it tasted awesome. One of the few times I can say they made an amazing beer. Next, just a sour ale on its own. Just an average, like, table sour. Again, same reasons. I mean, you're going to have some nice flavors in there. You're going to have a lower ABV. It's just going to be something that can be brought with you. And what would I bring? I would bring for myself probably, you know what? I would probably bring Half Hours on Earth totally. That's what I would bring there. Next, Berliner Weiss. Again, another little sour, lower ABV, a little bit of salt in it, keep up your potassium and sodium levels. What would I bring? Ooh, there's so many things I could bring. You know, I could say Nickelbrook Uber, the Raspberry Uber, or anything like that. But I would probably bring Orman's Ale. Orman's Ale. Joe brought that to me. It was wasn't it? Was it Bell's or Founders? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was Bell's. Lastly, I'd bring a non-alcoholic with me, for the same reason. I mean, alcohol dehydrates you. You don't want to have all this beer on that island with you that's going to dehydrate you and kill you. So, my last beer that I would bring with me would be Partake Brewing's IPA. Now, Partake Brewing is a craft, non-alcoholic brewery, and my God, do they make good beer. Very low in carbs, very low in calories, 0.5% alcohol, but tastes just like a full-fledged IPA. So, I mean, you could drink that all day long, and you're actually replenishing your water supply, not dehydrating yourself, and you can go. So there would be my answer to Joe, the 5 styles I would bring with me to a deserted island, and which beers in those styles I would bring. Now on to the true question, which was this was Hans thing, I believe, and Rod from Beer Ventures, Rod J's Beer Ventures there, tagged Joe, the beer PaTroll. So my top 5 styles. Now, I've had a lot of beer. I've had a lot of beer in my time, and it's weird when I start thinking about things like that. Like, I sit there and I'm like, ooh, what would be my favorite beer? Because it gets asked all the time. And that's why this is a better question. You know, what's your favorite style? Well, your top 5 favorite styles, and then figuring out a beer in that style that you really, really enjoy. There's so many subgenres, sub-styles, that I don't know how you would want to take it. I mean, if I say a stout, am I talking all stouts? Am I talking just sweet stouts, Irish stouts, barrel-aged stouts? What am I talking about? Because if you go to an awards, those are all different categories. Oh, it was a big truck. So what do you want to do with that, right? So I don't know. You know what? We'll start with Belgian quads. I love Belgian quads. My favorite Belgian quad would be Black Oak in Etobicoke. Black Oak's Epiphany #1. No longer in production, but oh my fucking god, was that a good Belgian quad. Now, if you're looking at something still in production that's easy to get and is cheap enough, Rochefort 10. Fuck, I love that beer. So that would be my first one, would be Belgian quads. Next, porters. You know what? A standard porter is all I really need. I can drink any porter, but a standard porter gets me all excited. Give me something like, Clifford Porter is probably the one you can get the easiest here in Ontario from Clifford Brewing Company. Amazing, just standard porter. If I had to give any runner-up comments, it's so dark because I'm walking, okay? I don't care. I don't care that it's dark. If I had to give anything else for a porter, I mean, like I said, I would say Clifford Porter as #1, but if I was going to give 2 other marks there, like honorable mentions in the porter category, I would say Knowledge's Porter from Niagara College, which was a award-winning beer that won a scholarship for the kid to finish her degree, and also Nocturna from Half Hours on Earth, which was a vanilla porter, and oh my fucking god, was it good. So now that's 2 of them. Next favorite style, barrel-aged stouts. Just barrel-aged stouts in general. And there are so many barrel-aged stouts to choose from. I will do my #1 favorite, which is Bring Out Your Dead from Bellwoods, a cognac barrel-aged stout. Now, I mean, and then there's so many honorable mentions you could say in a barrel-aged stout variant. I mean, Bourbon County Bourbon Stout. I mean, BCBS, amazing stout. Bolshevik, not Bolshevik, Whiny Bastard and Kentucky Bastard. KBS, Black Tuesday. There's so many great barrel-aged stouts out there that it would be, like I said, for me, Bellwoods Bring Out Your Dead would probably be my #1. Next, #4. #4 for favorite style. You know what? This one is something people hate when I bring it up, but pumpkin beers and the subgenre of sweet pumpkin, which would be the pumpkin pie type of beers. Now, these beers have changed a lot over the years, but the original Pumpkin, the original Warlock, the original Dark of the Moon, they were all fucking amazing. They were all amazing sweet pumpkin pie beers, and I loved them. I loved every second of them. And I would buy them up. Huge. It was dead, Chris. It was dead. Next. Last of my 5 favorite styles. And I mean, there's so many other styles I enjoy too, but these are my 5 favorites. So I did the Belgian quad, I did the porter, I did the barrel-aged stout, I did the sweet pumpkin. Ooh, what would be my 5th? I mean, I love sours. I love black lagers. You know what? I love the really hazy really hazy New England style IPAs, the fruity, hazy, dank IPAs. I love that stuff. Not all that bitter, but really, really flavorful. Favorite from me, right off the bat, favorite would probably be Santori Harvest from Driftwood. Santori Harvest from Driftwood, amazing fucking beer. That was sent to me by Steve. It was a great thing to try. I loved it. If I was giving honorable mentions, High Road Brewing's Bronin, great fucking beer. Life in the Clouds from Collective Arts, great fucking beer. Zombie Dust from Three Floyds. I know it's not really a New England style IPA, but it's that hazy, dank IPA. All great beers. Now, I mean, that answers Joe's questions. I'm going to tag my people, and then I'm going to talk about a few other beers and beer styles, just because I can. Joe was talking about how many beers I've had and all that, and there's so many things that are worth mentioning. So, my tags. I think Chris has already been tagged by somebody. I'm not 100% sure. Not IPA number 5. No, not IPA number 5 from Jimmy Jazz there. You know what? Who am I going to tag? Who would actually do this? Who would watch this and then do it? Remembering that you don't have to necessarily do desert island beers. You could just do your top 5 styles with your top 5 beers. Yeah, I know you've been tagged. That's why I'm trying to think now, man. Most of the people I interact with have been tagged. Who would even watch this video to know they've been tagged? You know what? He doesn't really do beer reviews anymore, but I'd love to have a basement beer come in here. Jamie, I'd love to hear your stuff. Big Brian Dick does not have a channel, and neither does Ashley Sexton, so I can't really throw them in under the bus on this one. So far my tag would be, so far I'm tagging the basement. Redbeard's been tagged too. I can't double tag. That's the problem. I'm trying not to double tag. You know what? Drunken One is a home brewer by trade, but I'd love to hear his opinion on this. He's been drinking for a while. Hoogly wouldn't do it, so I can't really touch on him. You know what? I'll do it anyway. Hoogly, Lee. I'd love to hear Lee's response to this. Who else would I tag? You know what? You know who I actually would be intrigued to hear these answers from? And I know a lot of guys on here don't like the man, but I would be intrigued to hear his ideas on this, because it's different styles and then a beer within the style. Ronald Terrio. Jay, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Who else is still around that I've interacted with? Chet's pretty new to this stuff too. Chet, I'd love to hear your top 5 styles and beers in the style. There you go. There's my 5 people. And you know what? Actually, that one I'm going to say too. I'm going to do a 6th person. I'm going to say Maple Rusky, Nikolai. I'd love to hear your ones as well. Again, a younger guy. Nikolai's very young, early 20s. I'd love to hear his ideas here. Now, like I said, there's so many other beers out there. I mean, you can look at Schwarz beers. Silversmith does an amazing Schwarz beer. Dark Helmet was an amazing Schwarz beer when it first came out. Again, you know, I like Radlers. There's a lot of good Radlers out there. What else is out there? I mean, just plain lagers. You know what? If I'm going to drink a just plain lager, Old Vienna, which is a Vienna lager, not really a regular lager, but for the most part, now that it's huge on macro, it's just a adjunct lager. It's really one of the adjuncts I can drink all the time if I really had to. I mean, Chris can do Coors Light. Everybody, whether they want to admit it or not, has a macro beer they can drink. Old Vienna's mine. Thank you, Steve. Means a lot to me, sir. Means a lot to me. No, I have not tried the New England beer from Wellington yet. No. What else is out there? What other beers to talk about? What other beers to talk about?
Oh, there goes Santa Claus.
Oh, yep. So this is what I get to deal with, guys. This is what I get to deal with. Other beers. Take a picture of their fucking license plate and call the cops because they're drinking and driving. Sorry, the scream of Santa Claus just put me off my game there for a second. I was in a groove. Love brown ales. I mean, there's not enough good brown ales out there, and I love them. I mean, just a simple brown ale too, like black oak nut brown, good brown ale. Not enough good brown ales out there. Not enough people are willing to make a good brown ale. Oatmeal stouts, yeah, there's some nice oatmeal stouts out there. I can't really say that an oatmeal. I love stouts, and you know that, Chris. I love stouts, but I don't think an oatmeal. I think an oatmeal stout's probably my least favorite of the stouts. In all honesty, an oatmeal stout is probably my least favorite of all the stouts. I don't even know why. It just is. If you're wondering why I'm sniffling, it's because it's cold out and I walk without a jacket. Goza, yeah, we can talk about some Gozas. There's some good Gozas out there. Trois Musketeers makes an amazing Goza out of Quebec. There's a lot of good beer out there, man. There's a lot of good beer in a lot of different styles. Recently, I had a really nice Pilsner called the Sociable Pilsner from Common Beer. And that was a great Pilsner. Keller beers, I mean, Steam Whistle Plus, basically a nice Keller beer. Unfiltered Pilsner, basically a Keller beer. Really good one, too. Not really a big Bock fan. Regular pale ale is not really my thing. Regular IPAs, not really my thing, but I do like the really fruity and hazy and all that IPAs. Sorry, what's going on there? Ticky leak. I'm a sucker for a hoppy IPA. Yeah, so am I. Jerry Garcia, wasn't that the Grateful Dead? What other good beers were out there? Good styles, even styles I enjoy. We talked about porters, we talked about stouts, we talked about pumpkins, we talked about just sour in general. I mean, most sour beers I enjoy. There are the sours I don't enjoy. A lot of kettle sour beers I'm not huge on. The ones that use lactobacillus to sour out. Not huge on them. A lot of them I come out with tasting perm chemical and shit like that. So they're not really my thing. But you get me a good good lambic or a well-made beer soured properly, and I'm usually in heaven. Half Hours on Earth does a lot of amazing sours. If you want just easily accessible sours, Duchess de Bourgogne, easy to get. Grand Cru by why can't I think of Rodenbach Grand Cru. Another really good just sour. Yeah, good sour beers out there. Belgian darks, you'd think I'd be into them. Not really. Belgian IPAs, Belgian stouts, really not really my thing either. When it comes to Belgian beers, really it's a triple or a quad or nothing else for me. or a Belgian Hef. I enjoy Belgian Hefs quite a bit. Have a good night there, Christopher. I'm not, Steve. I'm not as big a fan of German wheats as I am Belgian wheats. Hefs are nice, but I like that. I like that fruity, tangy taste that you get from the Belgians more than the slight banana and graininess from the Germans. I don't know. I think we're basically home. I don't even know if there's anything else to talk about. That Santa comment still has me a little off my game. And I mean, why would it be, right? You get that all the time. You're a fucking albino with a beard. It's gonna happen. But I'm not fat anymore. Like, what the fuck? I'm Santa with muscles right now. What the fuck? Let's cross here and not get killed. We are gnomes. I really need to buy a coat. I really need to do that. I think I'm going to go in the house and grab some money and go and buy some fucking food. I know I said last night I'm not going to do that anymore, but I'm hungry. Okay, so other styles. There's so many things other than beer that I'm really into too. I mean, I love my cider. Not quite as much now that I'm not really eating. I'm not really ingesting carbs anymore. Sorry, we're in the dark right now. I'm trying to find my key. There we go. Mead. I love me some mead. Love me some mead. I'm blocking my work shirt, okay? There we go. Let's continue our walk. Dogs are in their cages still. I'll turn this off when we get to where I'm going. Oh, I just farted. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. Sorry about that. I forgot that when we go by my house, we pick up the Wi-Fi. And now that we're leaving the house, we drop back down to not on the Wi-Fi. I don't know. Like most of you know, I'm not really a big lager guy. When it comes to lagers, I'll drink a lot of things, but I'm not really big on them. I am more an ale guy myself, and I think we've really talked about all the different styles I enjoy for the most part. Let's be honest. There's something in every style I've ever tried that I enjoy, from adjunct lager to Roche beer to black IPA to Belgian triple to anything. There's something in every style that I quite enjoy, and ooh God, I eat a lot of garlic at work, and that's really what it comes down to. Is there's something in every style I quite enjoy, and I can't complain about much. There is a lot of beers I don't like. There's a lot of beers that I don't. Malt liquor. There we go. There's one. Malt liquor. For malt liquor, one malt liquor I really enjoy is Mickey's. I love Mickey's, to be honest with you. I really like getting them in the hand grenade, opening them up, drinking, like just downing the hand grenade and then doing the riddle underneath. Um, Irish Reds. There's another style I really like that's really underdone. Um, right now, my favorite Irish Red is probably Rhino's Red Beard. But Innocentes Inoclanche is a really good Irish Red. Um, wow, gas dropped 10 cents today. 10 cents today. Yeah, we're basically where I am trying to go. So to anybody still watching, thank you for watching. To the people I tagged, please get out there and do your shiznit. And we will be live probably Thursday night because we're doing a zombie film chat. Like when we and the cartoon will be over, we'll be doing some reviews, and then we will do a zombie talk, like we did with the Friday the 13th movies. So if you have any questions for us about our favorite zombie movies or about this or about that, go ahead and post them here or on the Facebook page or wherever you want, and we will get to them because we are both big zombie nerds, and we're loving the fact that we can get together for a night and talk about this shit again, which we haven't done in a long time, but we wanted to. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for paying attention. If you did, and if you didn't, I don't even care. Bye, guys.